Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. I'm Tom Poland, beaming out to you from the sunny Sunshine Coast here in Australia. Joined today by BJ O'Neill. BJ, warm g'day from down under, sir. Where are you hanging out?
Nashville, Tennessee. Some call it Nash Vegas.
That's all right. Why is that? The casinos or what? Or is it dry?
And it's so downtown Nashville, Broadway Street, lots of restaurants, bars, country places, tons of music. It's Music City, USA, lined with LED lights, lots of bright lights. So that's why they sometimes call it Nash Vegas. It kind of, not
Sounds
really,
like a
but
fun
kind of
Friday
mimics.
night to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it could be.
Music capital of the US.
That's
Nothing,
right.
nothing to not like about that. Folks,
That's right.
BJ has been featured in Forbes magazine, which is pretty prestigious. He's also a founding partner of the renowned Maxwell Leadership team, which is globally renowned. Speaker, trainer, coach. He leads Business Coach Mastery, a network of nearly 70 coaches across the US. His passion is empowering people to build profitable business coaching practices, allowing them to live life on their own terms. And BJ, I think we should also feature the fact that your real specialty is helping Christian business coaches, but what we're going to share is going to be applicable to pretty much everyone. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. So one of the things I like about what BJ is doing, folks, is rather than say to his clients, well, here's a bunch of stuff, go get it, Tiger, he's really focused on a done-for-you approach. So that you get equipped with tools, support, everything that you need to be successful. And I think, busy lives that we have these days, it's easy to get lost in minutia. It's great to have that sort of ethos behind a service where you're going to get everything you need in a done-for-you methodology. But enough of that. This is primarily an interview to pick your brain, BJ. So I'll get on with that.
Do it.
Title today is How to Build a Profitable Business Coaching Practice. Our time is going to start now, sir. Question number one, who's your ideal client?
Yeah, ideal client for us would be men who are seasoned. What we mean by that is somebody who is they've maybe led a business or owned a business, sold a business. They've been a CEO, COO, or whatever. Somebody who they've been around the business since, and they are now looking to begin to help others, to make an investment to help them grow their profits and revenues.
Perfect. Thank you for that. And what's the problem you solve for them?
They want to do it, but they don't know how to. They have this
Right.
burning desire. They just don't know how to launch. They don't know how to get started. What's the structure? What's the process? And we hear it all the time. They go by year after year after year wanting to figure this out, and they just don't know how to do it.
Right. And so are you working with them on both the value delivery as well as the marketing?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So you got two wings of the same bird, and the birds fly pretty wonky if they don't have both wings on.
That's right. That's right.
So your question three is typical symptoms that your ideal client is experiencing before they find your solution. And we talked about the fact that they have the vision, they have the passion to help people. They've got a lot of experience. They just said seasoned. Is there anything else other than, that kind of feeling, I don't know what I don't know? Is there anything else that's going on in their business that would give them a heads up they need to be reaching out to you?
Well, yeah, the bigger portion of all this is that they want freedom. They want to be able to live life on their terms. They want flexibility. A lot of guys who have been in corporate America, they're tired of the 9 to 5. And they're like, you know what? On the back nine of life, I want to be able to do it my way, kind of thing. But that's what gives them so much angst and challenge of like, I really want to do this. I'm just not sure how to do it. But the bigger issue is they want to do it their way, on their terms, work where they want to work, live where they want to live.
And I guess also in addition to that, they've tried a bunch of stuff and probably bought a bunch of courses and hired a bunch of coaches, and it really hasn't worked as well as they'd hoped.
That's exactly right, because this industry, as far as I'm concerned, you need guidance to really do this. Doing it on your own is just hard to do.
Well, the other thing about this industry that we're both in is there's a lot of people selling stuff that don't actually know what they're talking about.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
difficult. It's difficult for people to know who's who, and I think that's
From my perspective, of course, this doesn't cut it anymore for this type of building a legitimate business practice where you're going out physically and building a relationship with a business owner who owns a dry cleaners, a roofing company, or whatever it is. And there's a lot there, and that's where we come in to help.
Right. And that, I agree 100%. That's where the provider really needs to be hands on and getting into the weeds with the clients. So let's talk about, we've touched on one of the common mistakes. We've got 4 minutes left, plenty of time. One of the common mistakes is getting advice from people who aren't really qualified to give it. What else
Yep.
would you say that they've done on their journey before they get to you that you'd look at and that kind of be thinking, well, I know that was a mistake now, but that's the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah, just going out there and just trying it with zero process, zero structure, zero strategy to it. I mean, you cannot, what I call, you cannot professionally wing it, or at least you can't do it anymore. You can get away with it 20 years ago. You just can't do it today. So you must have a really strong structure and process to make it work, as well as we don't want to sell coaching services. What I mean by that is we want to build relationships that are legitimate. You've heard the term. They need to know you, like you, and trust you. Well, authenticity comes into play there, and you can't just do that by just going out there, hodgepodge, willy nilly. I often say, if you dabble in it, you're going to get dabble-like results, and we don't want to do that.
Right. Random acts of marketing, random acts of
That's
random
right.
results.
Got
So,
it.
so let's flip it. We've told people some bunch of things that, probably cause them a little bit of pain, memories of what hasn't worked, what they've tried, etc. Give us a top tip. What's one thing that someone could do? They could sit down without hiring you, or
Yep.
going any further. Just give them one thing that might take them a step in the right direction, if you like.
Yeah, build the 3 processes that's going to do everything in coaching. Where do I get leads and prospects? How do I convert those leads and prospects into ongoing, high-paying monthly clients? And then how do I coach them to get simplicity? When you build those pillars and then everything from there, it'll be absolutely game-changing in how you process what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. Then, when it comes to like leads and prospects, choose no more than 2 strategies, workshops or networking or creating partnerships or whatever. Stop being all over the place. It's not going to work. Get very specific on your strategy and your structure, and then walk yourself through that. When you start to build a plan like that, it's much easier to do than just going out there and just trying to figure it out, and just crash yourself through it. It's just hard to do.
That's very sound advice, folks. BJ, repeat those 3 areas again, please. That we need to build process for.
Yep. Yep. Where do I get leads and prospects? How do I convert those leads and prospects into ongoing, high-paying monthly clients? And the third, how do I coach that client to get results with simplicity? When you can
And
solve those 3, that's the magic.
yeah, and folks, I hope you listened up because BJ gave you a couple of very specific examples for the first one there, so that would be enough to get the ball rolling. But like I always say to folks, the map is the map is not the territory. So
That's right.
let's give folks a place they can go to find out a bit more about your services. One valuable free resource we can direct people to, please.
Yeah, businesscoachmastery.com. We have an entire overview of what the word done for you means to solve those 3 areas that you got to solve in coaching.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
like that.
businesscoachmastery.com.
Businesscoachmastery.com, amazing URL. And folks, on the homepage there, you'll see, yes, send me the done for you overview. So go get that because it's going to help you on your journey towards process and scaling and better results and more freedom. 37 seconds left. So what's the one question I should have asked you but didn't?
Why does someone fail at business coaching? And this is going to shock you. No systems, no process, and no structure. Meaning that you can't just go out there and just sell the service, if you will, and give people 5 reasons why they need to hire a business coach. No one really cares, to be quite frank. You got to have a structure that absolutely builds a relationship that matters, that you become the hunted. That's the goal.
Beautiful. Well said. You become the hunted. BJ, thanks so much for your time and your
Hey, thanks
insights.
for having me.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.